Hunters, it's Liam again. Today I'm back to show you how to make fake animal pelts. I mentioned that I was going to show you how to do that in my last video, so here I am to walk you through that process. A few things that you're going to need. First of all, this stuff. This is the base for it. Actually, where this came from was the purchase of a patio furniture set from Target this spring. So I've had this for a little while. Got some big sheets, got some smaller sheets like this. It's kind of this crazy foamy packing stuff. You don't really need this. I'm pretty sure you could make this with felt or maybe even some just butcher paper. But this kind of served more as the motivation for it and the inspiration for it, rather than being a necessity for the actual process. So use whatever you have. Again, I really think that some decent felt would work. And as I walk you through this, this will make more sense. Also, I have a Sharpie, latex gloves, some scissors, and some latex, again, some prop latex. And then we're going to wrap it up with some wood finish too. As well as I did mention too, some spider webs. Something else that I've realized about these, using the spider webbing that I had on hand, this glows under a black light. So if you're going to do any corpsing and you don't want it to show up under a black light, be careful about that. But I'm probably not going to run into a problem, but just be on the lookout for that sort of thing if it's going to be a concern for you. Also, I'm pretty sure, haven't tried it yet, but pretty sure that some torn up paper towels might also add some cool texture to this. So maybe we'll try that as we're going through this. So first of all, I'm going to take my Sharpie and just kind of draw the outline of what I think an animal pelt might look like, bearing in mind that I live in Southern California and grew up here and have no idea what a real animal pelt might look like. But in my mind, it might look something kind of like this. Probably more of like a flying squirrel than an actual animal pelt, but I think, as I mentioned in my last video, pretty sure most of the people who come through my haunt also come from Southern California and also have no idea what a real animal pelt might look like. So this is what I've got. So I'm going to cut it out real quick like. I tried doing one, cutting it out kind of a little more rough than smooth, and I wasn't too pleased with that, so it seems like the kind of more smooth look works better, but entirely up to you how you want to do it. So we'll finish cutting this out, and then we're actually going to go through that same process that we did with the pumpkins to be able to put the latex and the spider webs on top of it. And like I mentioned too, kind of had this revelation that some torn up paper towels might add some cool texture to it also. So just a couple more seconds here and we'll be done. And then I will walk you through this process. Oh, one other thing you need that I forgot to mention, some chip brushes, or at least one chip brush, which will serve to put the latex on. So I will grab a chip brush. Again, a great place to get those. Harbor Freight, I bought, I think, like 30 of them, maybe 20 of them, for like $7 or $8. So you don't have to worry about tossing them once you're done using them, because I'm pretty sure the latex wouldn't clean off too well. So, take my prop latex, pour it in a thing, for lack of a better word. And then I'm going to grab my spider web again. Just kind of put it over this, and again, it's, you know, it's Halloween, it's supposed to be ugly. Don't get too crazy about how you're putting this together. So I've got that, hopefully you can kind of see that. And I'm just going to take the latex. Hey, get out of there. Thank you. Seriously? Alright, lovely. So I'm going to take the latex, start going through this, and put the spider webbing on. So just, you know, don't get too worried about it. It's more about just adding texture to this thing. does get caught on the brush sometimes, which is awesome. And I'm just going to brush this on to get it kind of stuck. The reason I started doing these was actually because I bought that patio furniture set and saw that it was packed in this and thought it would be a cool thing to do. Not that, you know, animal pelts themselves are inherently creepy, although maybe they are, depending on your stance on that sort of thing. But I think they're kind of a cool detail for a lot of different scenarios that you can build for your haunt. I think they're going to work pretty nicely into mine. So, I don't know, just thought it was kind of cool. Plus, I have to give Still Beast some credit, because his human pelt tutorial gave me some good ideas about how to build this. It just sort of was some of the inspiration behind this, or, you know, behind how I actually ended up doing these, even though there's really no similarity between how he did his, but, you know, same kind of idea. Just really the key is just building in that texture and then giving it that color eventually. The other thing I'm going to do with this too is I think I'm actually going to take some of the bigger ones and do sort of a human form, which is going to kind of bring you through the story in my haunt. Should be kind of interesting. So it's going to kind of turn from a room of tanning animal pelts to tanning human pelts, while trying to maintain a relevant or a fair level of gore, not getting too nasty, but should be an interesting experiment. We'll see how that goes over. So I'm almost done putting my spider web down. It's just, you know, it's pretty easy. As you can see, it's, you know, it's nothing special. Like, I have no special talent for attaching spider web to weird packing material with prop latex, but somehow it works. So this is what I've got so far. I'm not sure how much of that texture you can make out, but you can kind of see what it looks like. Also, as I mentioned, was thinking about doing some ripped up paper towels. Let's give it a try, just see kind of how that works out. I think it might give it a little more, yeah, a little more wrinkly. That works. It's kind of cool. I don't know, I mean, it's all about, you know, try whatever, and that's the kind of nice thing about this is, besides for the purchase of the latex, this is really a, you know, a cheap project, basically. I mean, you know, $1 for the spider webs, a few cents for a paper towel, and then the packing material is free. And like I said, if you do it with felt or with cardboard, that's also going to be, you know, pretty cheap. So, nice thing is you can try different things out, and if it doesn't work out for you, then not a big deal. You can either toss it, or, you know, maybe it'll motivate some sort of other thing. Let's do a little bit of this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think that'll work. Do a little bit more up here. And then I will show you the next step, to just kind of putting some color into this, and I'll show you one of the bigger ones that I did that still needs some color. We're going to work through that one. So there we go. So you can kind of see where the paper towels work. Kind of added just a, I don't know, kind of a creepy, like a wrinkly type thing to it. So I'm going to put this one to the side and let it dry. Set there. And this one I actually did a little while ago, and I just haven't colored it yet, but you can kind of see what it comes out as. I didn't put as much on this one just because it's so big, but, you know, it worked out just fine, I think. So, what I'm going to do to add the color is exactly the same thing that I did with the pumpkins. I've just got my wood stain. I'm just going to grab a paper towel to apply it. Open this guy up. And again, gloves are pretty essential here because you're going to get messy, and don't wear clothes that you like. some of the wood stain, put it over, and just work it into the crevices and so on. And this doesn't have to be very exact either. I mean, this is, you know, it's going to hopefully be under low light. We just need to kind of give it some, I don't know, some contrast and just kind of a creepy look. That's the nice part about the wood stain too, is that you get a really nice glossy finish to it, which gives it a kind of juicy, meaty look, which I think is kind of cool. So, don't want to bore you guys too much with watching me just do a menial task, but I'll just show you kind of how this is coming out, and you can kind of take it from there. I mean, this is straightforward. I already really taught you this this process when we were doing the pumpkins. It's just kind of taking this and turning it into something else. So pretty easy to do, actually very easy to do, and you get a cool result. So in the corner that I did, that's what I've got. And you can see, you know, the spider web's kind of absorbs some, and, you know, it gets a different color when it's actually on this foam rubbery stuff. So you do get, you know, a lot of different colors, even just using one type of wood stain. And once it's dried, this is what you're going to get. And I'm just going to hang these on my walls in my haunt. And it's going to be just kind of a cool detail. If people touch it, it's fine. You know, it'll feel pretty cool too. So yeah, that's that. If you have any questions, again, feel free to post them in the comments, and I'll get back to you. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'll give you a little taste of the next video I'm planning to do. I want to do an intro to haunting for under $100. So how you can really do a pretty good job on your house if you've never haunted before for right around $100, getting some pretty cool effects, and I think actually being one of the better houses in the neighborhood for a fairly decent budget. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.